Hey, I'm Tay Payton, and I help beginner and intermediate artists face their fears and get further faster. Let's talk about how you can unlock your style. All right, so how do you unlock your style? Basically, what you have to consider is your style is a mix of your subjects of choice, your tools and medium that you use to execute your artwork, your past practices and who you've learned from, how you've learned, what you've practiced over and over, etc., and your process. That is the distillation formula for your style. It is the mix of things that has gotten you to where you are now or will get you to where you want to go. So here you can see some of my favorite artists, some of the artists that have impacted me over the years in terms of style. These artists have developed a unique and beautiful style. So we have Sang Soo Jeong, who has gorgeous artwork, beautiful drawings with very strong painting abilities and understanding of value control. We have Craig Mullins, obviously one of the godfathers of digital painting, phenomenal brushwork, light, color, material separation, composition, and brush economy. And then you have Gilles Ketting, who executed a very, very gorgeous, inspired by Craig Mullins sort of work. And all of these artists that I'm showing you, they have a couple different styles on their spectrum. Even Akihiko Yoshida, who has been in the games industry in Japan for over 20 years, has variation from what he's done in the past to what he's doing now. So your style will evolve over time. And these are just some examples, again, of some of my favorite artists in terms of drawing and painting. There is a more Eastern drawing style with a more Western painting style. So now on this time-lapsed walkthrough of a piece for me that took about an hour, I'm going to tell you how you can get your style. First and foremost, we already talked about the mixture of things you're going to need to think about. How you're going to learn the fundamentals and where you're going to learn those fundamentals from. How many different resources you're going to learn to draw a figure, to lay in tone, to use light and shadow, and the different theory behind that. You're also going to look at tons of artists until you find ones that really excite you, give you that excited feeling in your chest, make your eyes feel good when you gaze upon their work, and you're going to ask yourself why. You're going to break those things down into the fundamentals that you've learned from things like my beginner drawing course or other courses you've taken, and it will give you the ability to understand what you like, why you like it, and how you can start to reverse engineer and execute upon it. So, for example, like I said, I have a lot of Eastern drawing influence with Western painting influence. So I have studied those things using things I've learned from sources like Andrew Loomis or Bern Hogarth or some of these other languages that I can actually read, because I can't read the ones from a lot of Eastern artists unless they've been translated. So I learned to draw in a Western way, but I copied a lot of anime stuff when I was young, so that influences in my style. When it came to learning painting, it was things like James Gurney's Color and Light, but I don't go as realistic as Gurney, and I just take my own approach to learning how to create various types of light and shadow from the principles he taught. So you're going to end up drawing whatever you like and painting whatever you like if you're going to stay on this artistic journey, and your style will naturally grow out of that. There is no secret to getting a style. It is simply just a lot of work, a lot of mileage, a lot of getting clear on what you actually like versus what you're, not very interested in at all, and then moving more and more towards what you like and how you like to work, what literally feels good for you during the process. So when you're thinking of your tools, things like watercolor or oil or digital painting, or even what digital painting program or brushes you use, all of these things are going to play a factor in the final look of your style. And that is also going to be contingent upon how many pieces you finish in a particular process and style and vein. And as I noted, it could be that you work for a studio or you work alone, and these things are going to change the style based on the art direction, whether you're the art director or whether you have an art director. So in order to fully find your style, you must study the fundamentals, study what you love and move toward it, and utilize everything you can to get the tools that feel the best for you. So the best brushes, I'm just using the hard round brush, and I like it. I love the way it feels. I love the way it lays stuff in, and that goes for lines and for painting. It's a very flexible brush for a reason, and I know that a lot of the brushes that Craig Mullins created from brush packs I've downloaded from him have the hard round brush and its variants for a little more texture. So it just you find what you like, you find what feels good, and you use it. You start to master it. You don't keep hopping and hopping and jumping until you've used every single thing. You find a couple good, very flexible things in terms of your programs and your brushes, and you use those. Maybe you're just so comfortable in a sketchbook and really comfortable in Photoshop. Maybe you love Procreate for everything. Maybe you're more of an artist who prefers to lay in Sumi ink and then watercolor. It just goes to show you that your own proclivities are going to dictate your style. So get really clear on what you like, learn your fundamentals really well, find ways to incorporate your influences, and do it over and over and over again with a process that you keep tweaking. And that is the key to unlocking your style. Again, I'm Tay Payton with thebeginnerdrawingcourse.com, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and happy creating.